What's up this evening, guys? I am just going to let you know, I don't know what's going on with this tonight. It is what it is. It is what it is. I have no idea what's going on with it. So, there we go. Don't care. All right. See? I don't know. I don't know. When the weather goes crazy here, so does my hair. So, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. So, it's Thursday. Y'all know what Thursday means. That means a full Warrior Reiki session followed by wax reads tonight, because I haven't done wax reads in a long time. Often imitated, but never quite the same. I'll be doing them this evening. Right after this, there are still a few tickets left. But in the meantime, let's do this. So I will not be streaming live on YouTube tonight, but this will all, in its entirety, Reiki session and all, be on YouTube in the morning. So please make sure that you go follow me on YouTube. Yes, yes. Just like always, you can do these first 6 hand positions with me, or simply take a deep breath every time I move my hands. Are we ready? Are we ready? Yes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. All right. First deep breath. Next deep breath. Next deep breath. Next deep breath. Woo! Y'all didn't see that. Next deep breath. Next deep breath. Next deep breath. We're going to ground. Ready for the sacral chakra? See, I didn't forget this evening. Are you proud of me? Be proud of me. It's going to be a yawning night. for the solar plexus. Just breathe. Ready for the heart chakra? Yeah? Y'all are going to get to see me yawn a lot, apparently, this evening. Ready? Just breathe. Breathe. Ready for the throat chakra? Woo! Here's the part where I say swallow, and you can't because I told you to. Ready for the third eye? All right. I'm not going to twist your thing all like I did last week, okay? But we are going to turn it, all right? Ready? Just let me turn the dial. Just let me turn the dial. That is your third eye. Ready? You ready for the crown? Deep breath. Ready? I'm gonna have to take this bracelet off. It is not being nice, so off it goes. right. If you guys are having me ask you for a reading, baby, that's not me. I don't even have time to eat breakfast, much less message a whole bunch of people for a reading. No person, no reader worth their weight is ever going to message you for a reading. If someone has a message that's that intense that they have to seek you out, that spirit won't let them rest until they seek you out, I promise you they're just going to give you the message. All right. Just breathe, okay? Old gods love you too, baby. What are we letting go of? What are we letting go of? What are you letting go of? What shit happened today? What shit happened yesterday? What shit happened since I saw you last? What are you letting go of? Huh? And if you don't want to put it in the chat, that is absolutely fine. You can put a big old goose egg, a big old 0. You can go right there in my hand. You're not going to hurt me. You're not going to overwhelm me, I promise. I know that everybody right now has got some really bad, nasty depression going on. I know that everybody right now has got a whole bunch of traumas bubbling to the surface. We are at the end of eclipse season, meaning we've all had a big old jolt. The world is kind of a dumpster fire right now, but here's the thing. While you guys are here hanging out with me, that's the only thing that matters. Okay? That's the only thing that matters. Just be here. Just be present in the moment. Just be present. And just breathe. That's it. The dishes will still be there, I promise. The world will still be in a dumpster fire in an hour, I promise. Your kids will still be there. Your job will still be there. Everything will still be there, I promise. Oh, honey, if you think Reiki is a closed practice, you should Google. Thank you for pushing me up on the For You page, though. Ooh, I didn't mean to flick ya. These ones are just not being very good paid players tonight. We're going to fix that. Better. See, a lot of you guys are really having a tough time right now. There's a reason that I do this every single Monday and every single Thursday night. Every now and then I have to miss, but every week I'm here at least twice a week, if not more, because I don't ever want you guys to feel alone. I don't ever want you to think that you don't have anybody. Even if you don't believe in any of the spiritual mumbo jumbo, even if you don't feel anything from anybody's Reiki, even if, no matter what, I don't ever want you guys to feel alone. Paradise, guess what I got today? Thank you so much. I got a big old box of pistachios, and what's even funnier is pistachios and pistachio brittle, which I didn't even know that was a thing. It's delicious. What's really funny is the place that was ordered from is a place that I tried to go when I was in New Mexico in 2021, and I didn't get to go. So oh, did you really? Yeah, it got here today. I love pistachios. Thank you, sugar, so much. Thank you. I may have hid it under my desk. Oh, did you not send pistachios? Who sent me pistachios? Oh, shit. Well, then I didn't get it. Somebody sent me pistachios, and I thought it was yours because... No, that would probably be just a piece of glitter. I see it too now. Thank you. I'm like, what is that? Well, hell, who sent me pistachios? I thought it was you. Damn, who sent me pistachios? No, Dallas just brings me bags of food that, I'm just saying. I don't know. I'll ask Brody. I love that my shop is only 15 minutes from you. Are you breathing? Breathe. And the old gods love you, honey. Oh, baby, I flung a lot of bracelets off. I break beads all the time. You guys can't demand blessings like that. You can't demand for people to send you blessings. You can't demand for people to send you money, because here's what happens. People are going to do it because they're like, man, that person must really need it. But guess what Spirit's going to do? Guess what the universe is going to do? I'm just saying. Isn't it that wonderful Christian Bible that says the meek shall inherit the earth? Just saying what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Are you breathing? Are you breathing? Where are you guys feeling it? Where are you feeling this evening? That'll tell you what chakra is still blocked. Just ignore all of the trolls this evening. Let them be their trolly troll selves. They need love too. Besides, where would we be in a For You page without trolls? Just breathe. Are you breathing? right, you ready? Now I really want to see what you're letting go of. What are you letting go of? So my fluorite, for those of you asking, is actually packed all inside, because it's a locket, with phenakite. If you guys aren't familiar with phenakite, that's your homework for this evening. Ready? Welcome to those of you guys that are brand new. Are you breathing? Take a big deep breath. I do have red bottom nails, and they glow in the dark. If you guys are seeing pink, it's probably my nails. If you're seeing green, it's probably my nails. Thank you, Alan. I love you too. Those of you guys that are just joining, or this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is music from Viking Music Official on YouTube. That is not my channel. I'm not associated with them, but they have some amazing playlists of different Germanic, Celtic, German, Norse, Scandinavian, amazing bands on there. So if you guys are digging the music, please, please, please go check out some of their playlists. All right, guess what? It's time for my favorite part. All right, it's time for my favorite part. Now, I just want you guys to put something awesome in the chat. Something that maybe you needed to hear today, you needed to hear at your lowest, or maybe you feel like somebody else needs to hear it. Because with 3,000 people in here, how many For You pages are you coming across with your specific comment? You are changing somebody's life and not even knowing you're doing it. Just saying. reading. And the old gods love you, honey. Thank you. We should totally manifest some things. Yes, yes. The answer is yes. Thank you for the whale. All right. What are you manifesting? I don't care if it's big or small. Normally I say we have to do the little bitty things, but we're going to do all of it. We're going to do all of it. All the things. All the things. What are you manifesting? What are you manifesting? Be specific. Because the universe is absolutely that genie that will fuck you over. So be specific. If you don't know what to manifest, just extra money. But here's the trick. You have to be ready to work for it. Not only do you have to be ready to work for it, but you have to be thankful when you get it. Because here's the thing, if you manifest extra money and somebody pays for your lunch tomorrow, that's money. Yeah? So, I'm going to slow down for a minute. And then we're going to chat a minute. And then I'm going to burn some things and we're going to play in the water. But I want to tell you guys, because I've seen a lot of trolls come in this evening that are all about making sure that we know that they think we're wrong. You know what, guys? You are the prize. Don't ever let someone else's shitty view of themselves or shitty view of the world ever make you feel less than. It cracks me up that the people that are not supposed to be judging each other are the ones that judge the most. I will hang out in a pagan circle all day long versus pews and be judged. Don't let someone else's shitty view corrupt how you feel about yourself. You are the prize, my friend. At any given moment, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. You are always exactly enough. Whether you believe you are or not, you are. You are always exactly where you're supposed to be, even when you're on the floor, even when you're at rock bottom. Because at rock bottom and when you're walking through the void are the exact times that you learn who the fuck you actually are. Those are the times that you find out how strong a motherfucker you are. You know what you've been through. You've been through those traumas. You've been through that shit. You've been through those things and you're still here. You're still taking a step forward. You're still breathing. You're still doing the thing and throwing the middle finger up at everybody that says you're not ever going to do the thing. Honey, don't ever let somebody else's shitty view of the world or shitty view of themselves make you feel less than. Because you're not. Your ripples matter just as much as everyone else's. Without your ripples, the world would be less than. I see your ripples. I do, whether you think so or not. Every single one of you matters more than you will ever know. You are the reason that somebody smiles in the morning. You are the reason that somebody feels safe at night. You are the reason somebody has a favorite t-shirt, a favorite coffee cup, a favorite inside joke, a favorite memory. You. Nobody else, you. So, stop worrying about somebody else's view of life or themselves. Okay? Okay? And you know what? If they want to continue to be judgy and shitty, that's cool. Let them continue to be judgy and shitty. It's a reflection of who they are in here, not you. Okay? Okay. I see some of you guys on here saying you wish you could believe that. Sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. There was a time when I was at that low point where I didn't feel like I needed to be here at all. I really didn't. I couldn't find any real reasons why I should stay aside from my kids and my dogs. That was it. But you know what? I realized that it wasn't me that was making me feel like that. It was literally someone telling me on a daily basis I should feel like that. And even though I went through a lot of therapy, I picked myself up and I have completely ran through everything they said I would never do or be. I still fight those feelings. I do. I still fight those feelings of never being good enough. So I understand exactly where you guys are. I do. I understand. That's why I'm always on here multiple times a week. Even if it's just on here to chat and to bullshit for a little bit, because I don't ever want you guys to feel like you don't have anybody. I'm always here. My team is always here. Every single person on my team knows exactly how it feels to feel like you don't have anybody, to feel like you're at rock bottom and there's nowhere else to go. So please don't ever feel like you're alone. Feel like you have nobody on your side. Feel like there's nothing. Just make it till Monday and I'll see you Monday. Just make it till Thursday and I'll see you Thursday. And I'll see you pretty much almost every day or night in between. I'm always on all day Saturday. I'm always here, okay? Okay? I promise. You matter. I see your ripples and I love you, my friend, okay? I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, okay? I don't ever want you to feel alone because you're not. I love you. So, now I've got to get this out of my face. So for those of you guys asking if I picked a name for the podcast, I did. Are you ready? Since I've made everybody all mushy and the eyeballs are doing the leaky things and so on, let's talk about something better. Let's talk about something fun. Not that leaky eyes isn't fun. Sometimes we need leaky eyes. Although I'm a Capricorn and we don't do leaky eyes. Period. Capricorns don't cry. So I did pick a name for the podcast. And I picked Hex Rated, a podcast. Yeah, Hex Rated. What do you think? I also have decided to do something just a little special that all of you guys can be a part of if you'd like. As you know, I have some very interesting friends. And even though I will be doing the Hex Rated podcast and some other fun things, every single Wednesday starting next week, I will be holding a Witches Roundtable. Come on. There's only 8 seats for this Zoom every single week. 8 of you can register and come. We're going to have a Witches Roundtable on Zoom. Please bring your wine because it is Witches and Wine, a Witches Roundtable. All of these will be filmed as episodes and they will be aired on my YouTube. The highlights will be aired here on my TikTok on the following Thursday. So if you guys would like to be a part of the Witches Roundtable, Witches and Wine, this will be every single Wednesday. You can register for it on my link tree on my website. And yeah, you do not have to be a practicing witch. Nope. You can just come and goof off. Not really goof off. We're not going to talk just about witchy things. We're going to talk about the world. We're going to talk about spirituality. We're going to talk about different practices. Yes. Come on. Okay? Like I said, there are only 8 tickets every week. Okay? Let's pause this before my hands feel like they need to start doing things again. Did y'all see that? Well, we're going to do some wax reads this evening. Everybody deserves to hear that. Everybody deserves to hear that they matter. Everybody deserves to hear that they belong. Everybody deserves to hear that they are fantastic. Everybody. And I would like to cordially invite all of you guys to come and hang out with us on the 17th because the Chamber of Commerce will be coming down to do a ribbon cutting for my shop. And then later that evening, I have Jason Voorhees, the newest Jason Voorhees, Mr. James Stokes, coming to the shop. But tomorrow, how many of you guys are wrestling fans? Tomorrow, I have EC3, the professional wrestler that is coming to the shop. We're We're going to be doing a podcast filming tomorrow evening. Please come and watch right here on TikTok. All the things. All the things. All right. We'll wait for some wax to do the melty thing here. So if you guys have never watched wax readings, I'm so glad I could calm some of your anxiousness. I'm so glad that I could help you guys out. Probably should have had this candle lit the whole time because it's a big one. I'm trying not to be a firebug and burn the side of it. All right. Well, we're going to just wait until this gets done. So what kind of questions can I answer for you guys? So wax reading is a form of divination. What stone is best for heartbreak? Well, that depends. Are you wanting to heal yourself or are you trying to hex someone? If you're wanting to heal yourself, then I would say rose quartz is going to be the best thing. So yeah. I know there are a lot of political things and a lot of big, huge things happening right now, but this is not the time or the place to discuss some of those things. All right, Miss April Williams, you are first. It's not that I don't want to discuss those things, so please don't you take it that way, okay? But here's the thing. All we see on the news and a lot of our TikTok feeds are just terrible things. Just absolute terrible things. All we see in real life most of the time are terrible things. If I can provide one space, even if it's just for a little bit of time, that helps you get away from those terrible things just for a moment, then that's exactly what I want to do. There's a time and a place to discuss all the things, all the terrible things. But right now, in this moment, we are going to burn some shit. We're going to dump the wax in the water. We're going to read it. And we're going to realize that I totally forgot my little stick. So guess we're going to use an ink pen. All right. Miss April Williams, you are first. Are you ready? If you guys have never watched a wax read, I've used this specific bowl for about 3 years now because I like the whiteness of it. It allows you to see the wax really well. Yeah. If you guys would like to grab a ticket, they are on my link tree. Oh, y'all get to see me with the nerd glasses on. We're just going to use this. So, April, you have a little tiny duck right here. But this one right here is very, very interesting. So is this one. So, instead of this usually wax reads, when I put the wax in, it all comes together and it forms this really interesting thing. But you had 3 different things that went really quickly. As you can see, they separated really fast. And they haven't come back together. So you have this, from one side it looks like a squirrel, from the other side it looks like a duck, like it just depends. Either way, it's a very interesting little animal. But what's really interesting is this up here. So this is kind of an issue that's been going on for a while. it looks like it dries up and then it comes back, and it dries up and it comes back, and it dries up and it comes back. So what I'm going to say, to be honest, what this looks like is a chronic illness that is flaring back up again. So what the funny thing is, this piece on the end isn't really attached like some of the other ones are. It is, but it isn't. So here's what I'm going to say about this. I usually don't like talking about anything medical when it comes to reads, but here's what I'm going to say about this instead. Because this end piece is round and it's busted open like this, it looks like, you know how when you take a balloon and, well, maybe it wouldn't be a balloon, but it's like half a bubble. I don't know how else to explain it. Let me say this. This flare up right here, whatever is about to flare up, there's actually an answer. Does that make sense? There's actually an answer. These other flare-ups that have happened, they haven't had a pattern to them. They haven't had a rhyme. They haven't had a reason. They haven't had nothing. But having this busted open like that, it tells me that there's actually something that comes from this to help treat it. Does that make sense? So whether it's, oh my God, this is a trigger, or I tried this and this helped out. Whatever this is, this chronic aspect, and I know that you have kids too, so I don't know if this is you or this is with the kid, but whatever this flare-up is this next time actually gives you an answer, okay? So while I hate that you're going to have a flare-up or that somebody's going to have a flare-up, the fact that an answer comes out of it is fantastic because, man, this candle's just going at it, is fantastic. Because I know from having a couple of chronic illnesses that it's a pain in the ass to try to figure anything out. Now let's talk about this splat over here. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to set it back down because that is just a big splat. Okay, that's just a massive splat. But I should have just held it. But on the bottom down here, let's see if I can hold it up where you can see it, are roses. Rose, rose, rose. Honey, just be messy. Just be messy. Just let things splat where they're supposed to splat because you're going to end up with the roses in the end. Okay? So, just splat. Let it go. Let it be what it is. You'll always end up with the roses in the end. Yeah. I think it's really funny. Like, it just completely splatted when it fell in there, but the bottom of this, there's 3 roses in there. Now, when it comes to the little squirrel or the little duck, whichever one you want to call it, like when you look at it from that aspect, it's a duck. When you look at it like that, it's a squirrel with his tail. I have a feeling that this represents one of your kiddos, especially the one that's a little bit hyper-focused. So they need to just figure some things out for themselves because these went like this, completely apart. This one in particular has something that they're going through that they're going to have to figure out for themselves. I don't know if a lot of it's because they're stubborn and they don't want to listen. But just let them talk it out. Be the one that allows them to talk it out. Does that make sense? I'm trying to figure out the best way to say that. Why is my list not updating besides the fact that my computer's being the hell? Let them talk it out. Be a sounding board. Be a voice of reason. Be a voice of reason. But allow them the freedom to just figure things out on their own without giving too much of your opinion. Does that make sense? I was trying to figure out the best way to say it, but without giving too much of your opinion. Let them talk it out on their own. Okay? Yeah. You set the cute little ducky right there. But this, I hope, gives you some answers. I hate seeing that there's going to be a flare-up again. You see what I mean? These all came together, but that one right there wasn't. I hate that there's going to be a flare-up again of some kind, but the fact that that's busted open right there tells me that you actually get answers. Instead of it just shriveling up and going back on. It's shriveling up and going back on. Yeah. Get some of these little pieces. April has all the dots here. All right. Miss Kathy Mazzell, you are next. So what's funny is while this is drying on the top, I'm actually watching the shadow of it on the bowl. And it looks like the shadow that I'm looking at, and I can't wait for it to, it's really still wet right there, so I can't wait to pick it up and look at the other side. But it looks like a person meditating, almost like Buddha, you know, the Buddha sitting on the lotus. But the overall feel from this, because it's so strong and heavy, whereas April's went everywhere, and this one is so strong and heavy, and I'm just going to fling some water on it because I kind of want you to dry so I can pick you up. This is a lot of solidarity going on. Having that Buddha-esque shadow down there underneath and having everything all at once like this is a lot of solidarity. So whatever is going on that you've been kind of sticking with the family, holding your own, etc., is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So now that I picked this up, and hopefully I can show you, it literally looks like a mom holding a baby. It looks like a mama bear holding a baby bear. Like, there's the mama, there's the baby. So whether it is that somebody is telling you that you need to let go of something, somebody is telling you that you need to not be so hard-headed or not take such a hard stance on something, honey, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. By standing firm on this, by being really strong, and by nurturing the things that make you happy, the people that nurture you in return. Don't stop what you're doing, okay? Don't stop what you're doing, Kathy, because seeing that looked like a meditative person sitting there, and being that this looks like someone holding someone smaller, this is all one big beautiful thing under a flat surface. So you do what you've been doing. Don't let anybody else come in and cause issues. Don't listen to other people that are like, well, you know, you're being too hard on this or whatever. Be hard-headed, basically, is what I'm telling you, Kathy. Be absolutely hard-headed, because whatever this is, and especially this aspect that you're nurturing, it's one little piece of wax is being an asshole. There we go. This aspect that you're nurturing That's what makes you you. Okay? That's what makes you you. So, Miss Kathy, be stubborn. Be stubborn. Continue on the path that you have been on. And don't let people steer you off of it. What's bad is I have a feeling this is probably family, friends, etc., that are trying to get you to change your mind about something. Don't change your mind. Don't change your mind. Okay? Don't change your mind. And I'm sorry that people are trying to put you through that. There's a piece of glitter in there now. All right, Miss Tammy Wheeler. Well, not only does Tammy's have a little flower on the end, she had a couple of big pieces come off and split away. So Miss Tammy, first of all, there's flowers, there's trees, there's another interesting, it almost looks like a thing of grapes right there. So there's a lot of plant, flower, herbalism, symbolism here. So if you've been looking at possibly getting into herbalism, or if you've been planting things, considering planting things, whatever it is that has to do with the plant world, I would say that this is a big sign for it, because there's a lot of symbolism here in this piece of wax. Let's see if I can hold it this way where you guys can see the little tree back there. See the little tree right there. You've also got the beautiful little flower there on the end. See it? Perfect little flower. And then down here, it almost looks like a thing of grapes. So here's what I'm going to say. The tree in the middle is also, it looks like a weeping willow because it's got the big part up the middle. I can't words. And everything is coming down, hanging down around it. But it's beautiful. In fact, it actually looks like a whole little scene right there. You've got the willow. You've got like a pond right here. You've got some rocks, etc. Honey, you need to find your inner peace. Because what this shows right here is just this beautiful little peaceful scene. A willow with some rocks by the river. You absolutely need to find your inner peace. The fact that this is like this on the top, flat, completely flat, it tells me that you've given up your inner peace for somebody else. You've given up your inner peace you've been going along to get along. You've given up your inner peace just to make someone else happy. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know I say don't do that, but I also understand how it is to be in that situation. And it kind of is what it is. So, here's the thing. Take more time for you. Not only take more time for you, but obviously there's a lot of nature aspects here. Damn, bear. Hey, bear. You gonna chew your leg off? I'm just gonna say this. Your spiritual advisor is absolutely prescribing you a day off, a vacation, a disconnect, whatever it is that you need a disconnect. You absolutely need to disconnect because you're overwhelmed. Not only are you overwhelmed, but you're being overwhelmed for other people. And you need a break, honey. Like, not just a little one either. You need a break. Find your inner peace again. Take some time. Start doing something for you. Like I said, the very first thing, all the symbolism in there is plants, trees, water, like out in nature. And I know it's getting to be winter and there's not a lot of winter, not a lot of nature-y fun things you can do in the winter, but whatever it is that you can do to connect yourself back to that is going to help you ground. So having all of that nature symbolism in there, no, I do not want to extend my HP warranty. Please go away. Whatever it is that you, oh, no, my life, Jessica. I don't think so, sweet pea. Let me go ahead and screenshot that. We'll have some fun with you later. Appreciate that. Yeah. You can absolutely have the day you deserve, sweet pea. Yeah, you can have the day you deserve. Sorry, that always cracks me up. Gotta love it, don't you? Don't you? Miss Tammy? I would say because of all the nature symbolism, something has you off kilter, off your normal grounding. Okay? Yeah. All right, Nikki Norton, are you ready? Hello in Montana. My dude is from Montana. Ooh, now that's an interesting thing down there. Let's wait for this to dry because, thank you, Hoagie. Yeah, there's some interesting trolls tonight. Some interesting trolls tonight. Some mean ones too. Did y'all see some of that? Just mean ones. He's lived a few places up there, but he's from Billings. Of course, he's lived here for a little bit now. Yeah, they're on one. Like, in a way, it makes me feel bad. I'm like, man, is that all you have to do with your life is just to be hateful? Like, I can think of so much. There's so many cat videos on TikTok. Go watch cat videos. You can't be hateful when you're watching cat videos. Maybe you can. I don't know. I can't be hateful. I like cat videos. All right, Nikki Norton, are you ready? I'm waiting for this. I'm dying to pick it up because there's some interesting things underneath down here. So this looks like a scorpion that's locked in battle. I'm going to say probably with a snake. It looks like a scorpion locked in battle with something. There's something specific that you have been fighting for a long time. And here's the thing. It's at a stalemate. Like, it's completely at a stalemate. Because not only is it completely locked together, but the whole thing has melted together. Okay? So not only is it a stalemate, but you can't let go. To be honest, I don't know what the answer is here. This is like really, really interesting. Because no matter how you try to split this apart, let the camera focus back on it. If you try to split it there, it's still attached there. If you try to split it there, it's still attached there and there. So, Nikki, whatever this situation is that you're kind of at a stalemate with, there's no easy way out of it. It's going to take cutting a lot of ties, a lot of cords, at least 3, 4. At least 4 different places. It's going to take a lot of effort to get out of it. Does that make sense? Thank you, guys. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of effort to get out of it. You also have a third party that's keeping it going. That's why it's so hard to get out of it. Because just in general, just leaving it, you know what I mean? If this other person, if this third party hadn't been in, because, here, I'll show you. See up under there? Can you see up under there? There's just cascades up there. If this third party hadn't been interjecting all of this shit, then one side would have won already. Yours or the other. Does that make sense? But, yeah. Wait for it to focus. There we go. So it's like just being locked in place in a stalemate with this. So I'm actually going to set yours like to the side over here. Because what I do with these, I don't just like throw these in the trash. Whenever I build a fire outside, I take these out there with me. And whenever I have a whole bunch that aren't very nice, that need to be cord cut, does that make sense? They need to have something cut with them. I will put an array of herbs with them that will melt that, will cut that. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So, for the ones that don't have that, they're just good things. You know what? I'm actually going to pull this one over there too. I usually put herbs like rose, lavender, things like that to help kind of calm that. I do it with these too, but at the same time I put some birch in there for cleansing and so on. But Nikki, I have a feeling just from the way that this looks, it's been going on a long time. Like this is something that's been going on a very long time. I'm just saying. It's not something brand new. So, if you aren't sure what this is, I'm betting that it pops its head up this weekend. I'm betting that it pops its head up this weekend. Because that's a long-term thing that's been going on. So, yeah. It's just so crazy how it looks. When you figure it out, I would love to know. Because, like I said, it's just crazy the way it looks. It's something that's been going on for a long time. So, yeah. But like I said, I bet it rears its head this weekend. So, yeah. Well, hopefully it's just something that you've forgotten about a long time ago, and then it pops back up and you're like, yeah, I don't give a shit, whatever, keep on going. I'm just saying. So, yeah. I give up on typing tonight. I get that. I give up on wordsing some nights. Okay, let me figure this out right here. My list keeps freezing up. Hey, Brooklyn Queen, how are you, sweetheart? All right, let me figure this out. That's not helping me. Words are hard, man. Words are hard. All right. Miss Sarah Kissick, you are next, honey. Thank you, love. Oh, we got a good old pool of wax going now. So from this side looking down, I was trying to itch my nose and I caught my own nose ring. That's fun. From this side looking down, there's no fin, but it almost looks like a dolphin jumping out of the water, which is all about play. There we go. Oh. Well, from this side, it actually looks like a mermaid. Okay. Or a woman, I guess. Not really a mermaid. So I'm going to see if I can hold it where you can see. So from this side, you see what I mean? It looks like a dolphin jumping out of the water, but there's no dorsal fin, right? But, so dolphins represent intelligence. They represent play. They represent living life to the fullest, okay? But when you look at it this way, see if I can hold it that way. It looks like a woman. It looks like, see if I can hold it up. There you go. See her? She's got, there's her head, there's her shoulders, waist, hips. So it's almost like she's coming out of smoke, coming out of something horrible. So here's what I'm going to say, Sarah. Because this right here kind of looks like a skull. It kind of looks like a gas mask. It looks like, it doesn't look good. You see what I'm saying? Like that doesn't look like coming from someplace good. So what I'm going to say, because when she's coming out like this and she's coming back around, I would say you're absolutely entering your villain era. Coming out of this nastiness and transforming yourself. I mean, you can even see her face. Look. And the fact that from this side, it looks like a dolphin jumping out of the water. I would say you're absolutely entering your villain era. But I think that's amazing that you can even see her face. See? Can you see it? This is why I love wax reads so much. So, yeah. Yeah. Honey, I would say you're absolutely entering your villain era. So if you felt that you needed permission to enter the villain era, here you go. You've already been through it. You're already the villain in someone else's story. So, I mean, apparently you've been going through it and you're ready for it. The other thing that I would say too, because she is kind of pulling up and circling back around almost towards this, but not in it. Does that make sense? Like kind of circling it. Does that make sense? Be careful of whatever this is that caused this whole situation, okay? You're already the villain in this aspect here. Don't go further than you need to go with it. Does that make sense? Does that, on my third marriage, yeah, a few people hate me. You are so funny. I mean, you're already the villain. So don't go too far with it. You know what I mean? However, sometimes being in your villain phase is pretty fucking powerful. It's pretty fucking awesome. And everybody goes through a villain phase. You just do. You have to. It's part of being a person. We go through these phases of, well, you know, I'm just going to be nice. I'm going to please everybody, etc. But this right here, that's all about some villain phases right there. I just love that you can actually see her face. I think that's cool as shit. I do also love that side looks like a dolphin, just no dorsal fin. So I would say have fun with it. I would say have fun with that. Have fun with that villain phase and enjoy every bit of it. I will say this, just from my own villain phase, I loved hearing all the villain stories about myself from other people because it was fantastic. Because especially when you're going through a divorce, especially when you have people that hate you, I just keep flinging water with my nails. I'm just going to keep keeping words, keep doing it. Some of the things that I heard that I did, and every one of you that's been through a divorce, and you especially, Sarah, if you're on your third marriage, then you know some of the things that get back to you, you're like, really? I did that? Like, holy shit. So have fun with it. Seriously. Just have fun with it. Be the villain and just fully play the part, you know? Have fun. Gen X really does never leave the villain phase. Yeah. But I would just own it, Sarah. I would just own it. And know that, I would also say this because this also, being that it's so tied into that kind of interesting thing right there. If you've been considering looking at more of a left-hand path, now's the time to look at it. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Are you sure, Sass? Hang on. Because what was getting all jacked up, I actually have Jennifer Schwab next. Because Jennifer is one of the first 5. Like, I'm not sure. I think some of it is there were a couple of, like, coupons and stuff, and that messed up some, because I couldn't tell who was, like, some of the first 5 and who wasn't. So we'll do her, and then I'll have you feed me the list from there. How about that? Will that work? Because that right there should be 5. 1, 2, 3. Because I did April on accident. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that should be 5. Then it'd be Wendy Adams, yeah? Yeah, that's why I was like, what is going on? So, yeah. Apparently, but I know I've been having problems with Wix today. Christine had problems with Wix today. Like, Wix has just been stupid. It's just been stupid today. All right. Miss Jennifer, you ready? I shouldn't have touched it. Shouldn't have touched it. Shouldn't have touched it. Okay, all right, okay. It just got really quiet in here. Okay. let's just say there's a lot of lovey-dovey things in this. Let me see if I can show you. I mean, it kind of looks like two people laying on a bed kissing. I can show you a better way. With the blanket up over them like that. Like there's their faces, there's their bodies. But here's the thing. Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of love and lust things going on here. Let me just say that. Okay? So we're not looking at this part just yet. But you see what I'm saying? I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. But this is the part I don't like. See that? Whoever this represents, there is always someone else on their mind. There's always someone else on this person's mind. I mean, yeah, it looks like an interesting activity. I'm just saying what I'm saying. But there are these two here. But this person right here, there's always this person on this other person's mind. Now, the thing I don't like is that tie right there. Because what that tells me is this person here has probably tried to get free of this person a few times, but there is some kind of tie there that they have to cut. So does this make sense to you? I don't know if this is you or if this is a significant other or just somebody you're interested in or whatever, but whoop, I dropped y'all. You fell off the bed. It does? Okay. So this tie has to get cut before this relationship can be more solid. So here's the thing. Like, I'll show you from kind of all the angles of what I'm looking at. There's a lot of lust here. There's a lot of attraction here. There's a lot of love here. I mean, like, this relationship, like, they're completely, like, embraced together. So this relationship is super strong. Like, these two people, this is super strong. This tie has to get cut. So whoever that is can scoot on off somewhere else. Because, see, they're not even a person that's wanting to be in the relationship. They just live in that person's, yeah. They just live rent-free. That has to be cut. So if this makes sense, if you know what's going on, like, yeah, that has to be cut. And the way that it hooks into the back of the head there. Let's see if I can get it to show you. Yeah. See the way that it hooks into the back of the head there? Oh, there's a kiddo involved too, isn't there? See the little kid right there? So, yeah. The way that it goes right straight into the back of the head. That's a karmic bond. That's a karmic bond. So it's going to take a little bit of cutting. I'm just saying. Okay? But yeah, there's a kiddo involved. So the thing is with the kiddo too, that tie can be cut. That karmic bond can be cut and the other person still be in the kid's life. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So. Yeah. Now, I will say this. Because the relationship with these two people is really strong, I don't think that this over here is something love-wise. It could be that this person is just fucking with this person. It could be that this person has really done some damage to this person. Does that make sense? But that has to be cut. It has to be cut. So, thank you, love. Yeah. Does that make sense, my friend? This one I'm going to sit over here. And it'll go with the things that need to be cut. That need to be cut. So yeah. Ugh. And I'm sorry that that you're in the middle of that situation. You're so welcome. You're so welcome, sweetheart. You're so welcome. I have a feeling that was just confirmation, yeah? So a lot of times, guys, if you come into a live and someone's getting a reading and it resonates with you like deep in here in your gut, there's a reason that you came across it. So yeah. All right, Wendy. I still have one of those songs from Reiki in my head, so I'm sitting here like, Wendy, do you have a bunch of people arguing around you all the time? It's almost like there's constant conflict. I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm seeing here. So first of all, it's like you have two people fighting over here. Like one's almost wringing the other's neck. But then you have this other one up here that's like literally blowing life into it. Like this one's egging that on. Do you see what I'm saying? If you look at it from this way, like you can really, really see it. Does that make sense? You know how when you've got like two brothers fighting, one's on top of them and, you know, one's beating the other one up and yeah. And then you have the other ones egging them on back there. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like it's so entangled in there. It's not even funny. But yeah, see, you can see the two fighting down here. You can see there's actually two egging them on back there. Like this is just a continual fucking, this is a mess. This is just a mess. And it's literally all tied together. But I will say this. Underneath everything right there, see those long, thin lines? That's what's holding the people. It's almost like a wishbone. See it? So that's what's holding these people that are egging shit on. That's what's holding them together. If you can break that, that wishbone, basically. See, right there? Part of it's already been broken. So it's almost like whoever these people are, they really are kind of tired of fighting. They're tired of dealing with it. But if you can cut off whoever this is, I mean, see, it looks like dogs barking. You see them? If you can cut that off, this will stop. Does that make sense? This argument will stop if you can cut these people off. And it's going to take a little bit, and you need to cut them together. So, because if you cut right here, it'll let both of those go. And if you cut right there, it'll let them both go. Okay? So, yeah. This also goes in the pile over here. This also goes in the pile over here. All right, Amanda. So if you guys fall asleep before your read or you're worried about missing it, no worries. This will be on YouTube tomorrow morning for you, okay? All right. Amanda. I don't know why I felt like I needed to say it that way, but that's what happened. That's what happened. It's always fun, like when I have a big puddle of like hot wax and I splash water up onto it to watch the pattern that it makes in the wax. All right, Amanda. So, let me just say you have way too many irons in the fire. Okay? What's up, August? I'm fixing to send you some stuff tomorrow. I'm just saying what I'm saying. How are you? How's the August? I just made a mess. Hold on. Damn it. If you guys don't follow August there, please make sure you do. If you missed my grand opening there, then you missed August and his fantastic blue Merlin suit. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm sorry you had to take your Halloween decorations down. I had to do the same, and I'm not happy about it. And I think we should all boycott. I'm just saying. When I saw your, like, all your videos are coming across my For You page lately, but when I saw your video where you had all your Halloween costume or all your Halloween decorations like in the bags and like down, and I was like, man, yeah. My whole front window is down. It's not up anymore. But Krampus is going up this week, so. So, if you guys don't follow August, please make sure that you do. No more spiders. I am going to have to find a place for Spider to be in the shop, though, because it's just not going to be right without hearing the overacting dude. But he did jabber enough, he broke his jaw. He broke his own jaw. It was funny. So, yeah. It's okay. It just clicks. It goes bang, bang, bang now. It's really funny. So apparently he talked enough shit that somebody punched him in the jaw and it broke his jaw. I'm just giving him his whole backstory. Like, he's got a whole backstory now. So yeah. He's got a whole backstory. All right. So, Miss Amanda. Honey, you have way too many irons in the fire. So it's getting darker, so it's hard to see. But the big one right there, one right there, one right there, and one right here. The thing is that they're literally... I could do a backstory series. I need to because I have some plants that need new backstories. But the problem is with all of these things together like this, they're melting into one. Do you see that? So all of these things that you're trying to do, you're overwhelmed. So it's literally melting into a pile. So this is why you can't get anything done. I understand this in a really deep way because I do this same shit. This is what happens when your ADHD has ADHD, is that you get way too many irons in the fire and then everything just melts all together right there. But I will say this one up here is interesting because even though it's melted together, it comes to a point out here where the rest of them don't. The rest of them just have this blunt end. So I would say this. You need to focus on this one because it comes out here away from the other ones out to a point like this, but it doesn't melt. Do you see it? So see how all these other three, that one, and that one, they tend to just melt down in here, but this one doesn't. This one kind of comes out of it. So you've got three major things right here that all are melting together. So I don't know if this is stuff with jobs, if this is stuff with relationships, if it's just stuff with life or whatever. But this one up here, it's almost like it comes out of this, but it's different. This is where you need to place your focus. This is something that has a really, really, I wish my camera would focus on it. There we go. Has a really, really strong root. And it's something that has been a goal. It's something you really wanted to do for a very, very long time. And I think that these three things here that are just melted together are overwhelming it. You're forgetting about it, and that's why it's up here to the wayside. So all of these things right here, I would say to kind of back off of them for a little bit and get on here. This is the one that you need to be focusing on. And I know probably as you're listening to it, you're like, well, what one is that? This one right here has a really, really deep root. In fact, if you even look at it, it looks like a brain. See it? It looks like a little brain. Actually, also looks like a little gecko. But anyway, it looks like a brain. So this is something that you've been focused on, that you've really been thinking about for a very, very long time. It's very sharp on your brain. It's something that you literally think about all the time. This is always on your mind. Why am I not doing this? I should be doing this, etc. This is one particular thing. I don't know if you've been thinking about going to school, if you've been thinking about changing careers, whatever. But this is literally a trajectory somewhere else. Whereas all three of those things right there, they're just going to continue to melt together and be this nothing. This pile of goo right there. These three things aren't helping you at all. This one will. You know what I mean? That one will. So yeah. That's where you need to focus. That's where you need to focus. In fact, just seeing how blunt these ends of these ones are, I'm betting that this is more confirmation than anything. Like, okay, I don't need to do that anymore. I don't need to do that anymore. Yeah, I'm betting that this is more confirmation than anything. So yeah. All right. Joy Spurlock, are you ready? This one here. So this is actually a black spinel. Black spinel is something that only grows with diamonds. It is one of the most spiritually protective stones that you can get. And believe it or not, even though technically this is a black diamond, that's what black spinel is, S-P-I-N-E-L. Yeah, it's actually pretty cheap, to be honest. I've had this ring for a while. This is not engagement ring. I've had this ring for a while, as you can see, because it's pretty deformed. But yeah. So this is actually, I'll show you guys again. This is actually the engagement part, because it's got meteorite, it's got opal, and it has velociraptor tooth in it, because fucking velociraptor. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm just saying what I'm saying. All right. All right. So, Miss Joy, here we go. So I'm just going to say before I ever turn it over, the way this looks right here, to me, this looks like a stomach issue going on. So first of all, I'm going to say this as I hold this up, okay? So on this side, I'm trying to see if I can show it. The way that it folded, it just looks like a large intestine. And so then when I turn it over, it looks even more like small intestines, large intestine, stomach. What I'm going to say is this. Pay really close attention to your stomach. And not just for health reasons, okay? Here's why. Because your stomach, right by your stomach, by your belly button, is where your solar plexus is. The stomach is key to your overall health, and the solar plexus is key to your overall energetic health. So if your solar plexus is off, then it's going to be all jumbled up like this. If your gut health is off, your health is going to be all jumbled up like this. Does that make sense? So be paying real close attention to your stomach, to how everything is going there. But the other thing I want to talk about is this beautiful thing right there. Look at that. So I was looking at it, trying to figure out what it looked like, because it was just really interesting and odd. This completely looks like a shell, like an abalone, however you want to say it, oyster, clam, mussel, does it not? That is something absolutely protective. Don't let someone pull your shell back. The fact that all of this looks like jumbled up intestines, does that make sense? It looks like jumbled up intestines, like a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, like you've got the big intestine, the small, a lot of worry and so on. And then you have this beautiful shell up here. It seems to me like someone is trying to pull your shell through this anxiety. They're trying to make your anxiety go through the roof, your worry go through the roof, so that you either come out of this shell or that they can break into the shell easier. Okay? So you can never have too many protections. You can never have too many protections. Physical, spiritual, mental. You can never have too many protections. So this tells me that you either have somebody wishing really bad ill will on you. You're in a toxic relationship and they are actively trying to worry you out of your protections, or you have somebody spiritually fucking with you. Okay? So be really careful. Put the rest of your protections in place and don't let anything or anyone pull you out of this protective shell. Period. If you don't 195% already trust this person, whatever person it is, they don't need access to this. In fact, there's going to be some things, it doesn't matter how much you trust somebody, there's always going to be things that you don't share. There's always going to be just internal things that are yours that no one else needs to know. Don't forget that. But you can never have too many protections. You can never cleanse this solar plexus, this area enough. So, yeah, you didn't see that. Yeah, pay real close attention to your anxiety, to your gut, to all of that stuff, okay? Put more protections in place and protect that shell. Protect, 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 protect. Okay? Makes sense, Miss Joy? I don't like that. I don't like that. All right, Buffy, you ready? Wow, if that doesn't look like a heart, I don't know what the fuck does. Just wait. Just wait. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I just squished that down a little bit, so I'm holding it back up because it's still a little bit wet. But yeah, it's starting to fall in on itself because I picked it up too soon. All right, we're going to let it sit back in the water for a little bit because it squished itself down a little bit. I was just so excited to pick it up that I couldn't help it because it looks exactly like a heart. But the thing about the heart that it does look like, though, is... Are you getting not squishy? Okay, you still squishy. You have a squishy heart, Buffy. But... This is absolutely a beautiful little heart. The thing... Really? The thing is, though, all of this right here, there's a jumble of stuff right there. Okay? There's a jumble of stuff right there. I mean, this is a beautiful little heart. It's beautiful. But all of this jumbled up right here, there's a clog. And it's broken. There's a clog and it's broken. But here's the thing, Miss Buffy, honey. Even though you've got this big clog up here, you've still got these two beautiful open spaces. I mean, there's more open spaces than that, but you've got those two big open spaces. Don't let that clog cause problems with you moving forward. Don't let this break over here cause problems with you moving forward. A lot of times when we have something that has hurt really bad, when we have something going on, oh, no. When you have something that's hurt you really bad, a lot of people make the mistake of taking it out on other people. This is why people are like, well, I hate all men. I hate all women. Well, there's no point in that because every other man, every other woman didn't do to you what that one person did. Do you know what I'm saying? So be really careful with that. But the other thing that I do want to mention, because that is such an obvious shape and because all of these things are right there, it's really interesting. And that right there, don't ignore any health issues, okay? Don't ignore any kind of health issues that you have going on right now. Now, I'm not saying panic. I'm not saying, immediately go run out and get everything scanned. But just pay attention, okay? Don't let something go. Why am I yawning? Don't let something go. Good night, Binksy, honey. Yeah, don't let it go too long without getting it checked out, okay? That's just a weird little, yeah. That's just a weird little jumble of shit in a specific area. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But I'm just going to say it's time to move on. Fill those spots. Not that. But yeah, like I said, make sure you don't let health things go too long. Okay? Okay? Yeah, I'm so sorry with the yawns. You didn't see that one either. All right. Sarah Beard. So what sucks is I'm sitting here and it's getting cool outside and there's like the heat doesn't, there's 2 vents right above my desk in my office, but they don't work for shit. So I have my little heater going right here and it makes me just want to fall asleep. It makes me just want to curl up and just be like, and fall asleep. It just does. All right, Miss Sarah. Well, that's going to be interesting. So while we're waiting on that one to kind of dry a little bit, I'm going to pull some of these other pieces out of here. Little extra bubbles that have been floating around. So I thought at first that it was an elephant, but it is absolutely not. All right, you ready? Whoop, well, I broke that part. My sorry. That would be a panther. There's the tail. There's the head coming around. And I would say these are babies in here. On this side, I thought at first it looked like an elephant, but even on this side, it looks like a panther with the tail and so on. So, this is absolutely a panther. Like I said, little tiny babies down there protecting the young, protecting the clan, etc. So, here's the thing. The panther, the jaguar, etc., there is a lot of really intense energy that goes along with mother jaguar. So, if you aren't familiar with what the jaguar stands for, it's completely out of my brain right now. But when it comes to different practices in South America, the mother jaguar is an intense energy. So, not only is this a very strong energy, a very maternal energy, a very powerful woman energy, this is also a lot of protection right in here. So when the jaguar appears in a reading for somebody, when it appears as a spirit animal, this is a very intense, powerful time in your life. So you have to pay really close attention to all of the steps you're taking, where you're going from here, etc. Pay very, very close attention, because panthers are big cats in general. They're very careful with where they put their feet. They're very careful with where they walk. You cannot hear a big cat sneaking up on you. They know exactly what they're doing. So, I would pay attention to where you've been seeing panthers, jaguars, etc. in your path lately, and be paying attention to where they show up from here on out. But this right here is all about you gaining a lot of personal power and protecting these things that are important to you down here, whether they're your kids or not. They're protecting a massive amount of things that are important to you right in here. But I think that's fantastic, to be honest. I think that's cool as shit. The part that broke was just like a little piece that was sticking out right there. Now from this side, it still looks like a panther, but it looks like it's crawling up something. Like you can actually get its hind leg right there. It looks like it's crawling up a rock. So I would say that it's in protection mode. This panther energy, this jaguar energy is in protection mode. So, like I said, it has completely fallen out of my brain what the panther stands for, what the jaguar stands for. But, little piece of wax, come on, man, I'm chasing you all over the place. I would pay attention to where big cats are showing up for you, where jaguars, panthers are showing up for you, and what it's saying. Because it's hard for me to pinpoint, like, oh, okay, well, if it shows up here, it could be showing up anywhere for you. Just pay attention. You know exactly what it's saying when it pops up. But that's a lot of amazing protective energy right there. Just saying what I'm saying. All right, Raven. I'm going to refresh my list. Wow, that's absolutely an eyeball on the top of there. So, see the eye? Like these only popped up. I'm covering those because those kind of popped up just because I was splashing water on it. And I know the eye kind of crushed itself a little bit while I was holding it up. But yeah, that's absolutely an eye. But I will say it also looks like lips in a way. Because on this side, it looks like lips with a tongue sticking out. And all of this jumble and this mess down here, honey, you've got somebody sending some really bad juju your way. Not only are they sending a really jealous, aspect of an evil eye your way, but they're also doing everything they can to gossip and slander and so on. All of this stuff down here in the bottom, so what's funny is when I look at it closer, it doesn't quite look like a tongue sticking out of the mouth. It looks like a worm, to be honest. Like they're doing everything that they can to undermine and to worm their way into your business. So I will say this too, because I'm going to hold this up like this. You've got a hole in your defenses. You've got a big, big hole in your defenses. See it? Right there. Having someone sending you an evil eye and then having someone doing everything they can to talk about you and worm their way into your life. I would say that this person, whoever this is intensely, intensely jealous of you. They are really coveting everything that you have. They're angry that you have it for some reason. And I would shore up your defenses Yeah, I would absolutely shore up your defenses. The other thing I would also say is this, just seeing the worm right there. It's almost like they keep enticing you in. And the vast majority of the information they get, they're getting from you. So, whatever this hole is in your defenses, I would be super, super careful, and I would be really intensely looking at the people around you. Because see how there's this like protective barrier right here around the mouth and so on, but that hole is in there? It's almost like this hole being in your defenses is someone that's pretending to prop you up. Do you see? There's the hole, and it's literally directly under there. So I would be really, really careful about who you're telling what to. Who you're telling what to. They don't have anything good in mind. Nothing at all. Okay? Yeah. I don't know if you're here or not, or if that makes sense, honey, but I would do some cleansing. I would do some major upgrades to your protections. And I probably would set up some defensive aspects. Just saying. Just saying what I'm saying. So that one was for, I just have Raven Crow on here. Yeah. Yep. Secret energy is absolutely needed. All right. Kimberly Garcia is my next one. That's a lot, so we'll let that dry. Well, maybe I'll film a video and do a couple. So what's funny is when I first started looking at this, my bone's getting wet on the bottom. Just always looks weird when they get wet. So weird. Anyway, what I was looking at first, I thought that this was a conflict, but this is not. This is all about appreciating teamwork. And appreciating those people that have been holding you up and pulling you out of the darkness. Because see that? See the two arms kind of reaching for each other? This one looks kind of like a frog. And to be honest, I can't really tell what this one looks like. One aspect, it looks like a monkey. One aspect, it looks more like a dragon. But this one completely looks like a little dart frog. But see that? That's a big, big bond between these two. That's another big bond between these two. So they've been helping each other out for a long time. Like those bonds are super strong. I have a feeling that the frog is the stronger one and they're helping this person out. This person changes a lot. Like this looks like a frog from multiple aspects. But this one changes. No matter when I look at it, like this way, it almost looks like a bird. So it changes, okay? It changes a lot. But give thanks to this person, okay? Be thankful for having someone like this in your life that is so tight with you that they're always there to pull you out. They're always there to help. Don't take that person for granted either. Because sometimes people take the other person for granted to the point that they end up severing this tie. So don't take this frog for granted, okay? You need to tell the frog that you love them and you appreciate them. Do something nice for them, because otherwise, I don't feel like you run the risk of losing the frog right now, but it will happen. It will eventually happen, because you see how this one's still nice and strong and straight, and this one's starting to bend. Make sure that you're telling the frog how much you care about them. Make sure that you are telling that person how much you appreciate them. And if I saw somebody say, what if you are the frog? If that's you, if you're resonating more with the frog, then this person right here that keeps changing and shifting, if you're not given the recognition, not really the recognition, but if you're not thanked, if you're continuing to give and not ever even get a thank you in return, pay attention to how much you're giving. Just saying, pay attention to how much you're giving. So yeah. I'm going to put that one, I don't know, I think that one goes over here with the good ones. That one goes over there with the good ones. You're very welcome, honey. All right. Mole, you ready? I never can say your name right. Molumbet. All right. Mole. Am I saying it wrong or am I saying it right? Because I don't want to mess up your name if I'm saying it wrong. Wrong. I figured I probably was. How do I say it correctly? Nunu. Got you, sweetie. So let me ask you this. Do you have some kind of creative talent that has to do with fabric, or if not, there's something specific. There's just something I'll show you in just a second, but there's something specific here that has to do with fabric and with like a dress with skirts, etc. Something very flowy and very beautiful. Oh, my nose itches and my finger is wet. Or my other question is going to be, is there a wedding or something having to do with one? And here's why. See all the beautiful, let me see if I can get it to focus again. All of the beautiful ribbony aspects of it's almost like a dress right there. Designer clothes or dresses or something. There's something very beautiful right here. But it's almost like it wraps up into this person right here. But this person is holding on to that person. See how there's like one head there and then an arm there. That's why I asked if there was a wedding or something coming up. Because it looks like two people dancing, you know, like cheek to cheek like that. But the reason I asked about the cloth and the clothing is because of this ribboning right here caught my eye first with everything. What I would say is two things. There's something specific with this material. The way that it ribbons like that, the way that it flows like that. I don't know why it's important, but I keep getting brought back to that aspect. Like I can't stop looking at it. The other, we'll probably talk about that more in a second, but the other aspect are these two people. This is something that's going to happen sooner rather than later. I don't feel like this is you. I feel like this is you helping somebody with this. That's also why I asked if you had any kind of skills or talent in here with clothing, with material. Because I don't feel like this is you that's either going to get married or have some intense relationship like this. But this is something that happens very close to you that you are helping with. So here's the other thing that I would say about this. Because these two are so tight together, this is something really, really beautiful. Like this is something absolutely beautiful. There is something interesting with this person though. Like when you hold it like this, like you can almost see faces. But this person also has a lot of stuff going on here, health-wise. So I have a feeling that whatever this relationship, this wedding, this two coming together is, it's going to happen sooner rather than later, because I'm not quite sure that this person back here is going to be here for very long. And I have a feeling that's why that this right here is important. You know what I mean? So yeah. Honey, please don't co-read. So, Nunu, I've been trying to pay attention and see if like I could see your comments in here, but does that make sense? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay. Is it something that you're wanting to know about? Is it something that you were curious if it's coming up soon? Or I'm just trying to figure out why it came up this evening. But obviously, whatever it is you're helping them with is really important. I also wouldn't be surprised if there's a baby involved. So if you are the one that's helping to design this, if you are the one helping with this in general, the dress, anything like that, yeah, it's going to definitely be sooner rather than later. Definitely sooner rather than later. So, did that give you an answer you needed about it? Or maybe you didn't expect that to come up at all. Good. Okay, good. It wasn't you, Hoagie. If I have it on, I get too hot. But when I turn it off, I get cold. Like, it's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb. Got you. Got you. Yeah, I was like, that's kind of interesting that it just popped up like that. So it's going to be sooner rather than later. Like, it's going to come way sooner than I think anybody expects it to. And do you know what I'm talking about when I say that there may be a baby involved? Or do you think that might be the reason it happens sooner rather than later? So, yeah. Thank you, Joshua. You are so welcome, honey. All right, Miss Gail, are you ready? So I have Gail, Melanie, Rebel, Angie, Denise, Rebecca, Ann, and Jessica. There we go. Well, that was an interesting splat. How often do I do these? I used to do them all the time, and I haven't done them in a while, so I've got to work on my schedule a little bit more tomorrow. So I may add some more tomorrow night. It just depends. So yeah. Aw, I'm so excited, Rebel. I don't know if Miss Gail is here or if she had to take off for the evening. I know she's got a pretty intense job. She got an intense job. So it was a big splat, so I'm kind of waiting for it to dry a little bit before I turn it over. So my first thought when I turn this over is a celebration, and I'll show you why. Plus, I've read for Gail more than a few times, and I kind of know a little bit about some things going on. This also looks like an art piece. I'm just going to say this. It looks like an art piece. But not only does it look like an art piece, there's a few things going on. It looks like flowers. It looks like an art piece. It looks like a celebration. But it also looks like a woman that's mourning something. So here's what I'm going to say, Miss Gail. Because this intrigues me right here. After looking at it with the kind of explosion looking thing that looks like, just look like flowers. Just because I've read for you a few times before and I know some of the things that have been going on, I would say that something that has really been bothering you, something you have been working toward, is finally on the verge of happening. Okay. Not only is it on the verge of happening, but it's a huge, this made a big splat, a big explosion, like a big splat explosion in there. So this is on the verge of happening. And when it does, it's going to make a really, really intense, I don't want to say sound, but sound keeps coming to mind. It's just going to be intense. Okay. You're going to have to pretend that you're mourning this situation. You're going to have to pretend that you're mourning this situation. When in reality, you're celebrating. So get your game face on is, I guess, what I'm saying. It's hard to see it, but when you're looking at it straight on like this, there's all this symbolism in here that looks like flowers. It also looks like shoes. It looks like fireworks. So shoes represent power. Heels, when a heel comes up, and I'll see if I can show you the shoe. It's kind of right here. It's hard to see, but it's kind of right here. But shoes represent power. That is personal power. So, the old gods love you too, sweet pea. You're going to have to pretend that, you know, you're really upset about this happening, when in reality, you're dancing all over the place and celebrating. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I mean, it's kind of funny, to be honest. It also, if you look at it just right, looks like an airplane. With the fin, the wings coming out. Yeah. So, all the celebration under the surface behind closed doors. You know, while you put on the good face out here. Like, I'm trying not to laugh, but like it kind of makes me giggle a little bit. It kind of makes me giggle a little bit. But I love that it looks like someone mourning. So yeah. Does that make sense, Miss Gail? Like the ornery part of me is laughing really hard. Yeah. You're welcome. I think I'm gonna make a pile all its own, because that's like an ornery one. That's like an ornery one. Yeah. You're gonna have to come up and see the shop. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And that way, you know, that or I'm gonna have to come down there, one or the other. All right, Melanie Queen, are you ready? No, sweetheart, I do not have multiple accounts. If you guys have me, let me say it that way. Thank you, sweetheart. If you guys have me messaging you, please know that that is not me. If I ever have to seek you out and have a message for you, I will just give you the message. No reader worth a single breath that's in their body is going to message you like that. I'm just saying. I used to tell people to mess with them. They had my permission, but they figured out now that they can report you and get you in trouble. So just block them. Just block them. Whether it's me or somebody else, just block them. So yeah. Yeah. All right. Miss Melanie. Oh, there is absolutely a chameleon right there. Well, this is super interesting, okay? So, see, here we go. The chameleon starts right there, comes up, and the tail comes around. So there's the chameleon. Right here, it's like there's two little skeletons, and they're fighting. The chameleon's on a branch above whatever the hell this crazy monster ass thing is, but it's in a whirlpool. Girl. This is a lot of shit. This is a lot of shit. You're going to have to continue to be the chameleon for a while. You're going to have to continue to be the chameleon and be whatever it is you need to be for these two right here. And then you're also going to have to just kind of go with the flow here, even though this is a whirlpool, just for right now. I'm glad you're a chameleon. Let me just say that. I am absolutely glad you're a chameleon, and I'm glad that you have found a branch to kind of stay a little high and dry from everybody, because whatever this crap is going on down here with a whirlpool underneath it, you don't want to get pulled into it. So just stay a chameleon and stay neutral. Stay away from everything, okay? Stay up here on this branch with your little chameleon self, but definitely stay away from this shit down here, and stay away from whoever those two are right there. Like, they're fighting a fight that they've been fighting forever, and they're not ever going to stop. You don't want to be involved. So I'm proud of you for finding a branch up here and staying your little chameleon self right here. But whatever this is, don't. You know what I mean? Like, do you see that swirl around that? Oh. Anyway. Yeah. Continue to be the chameleon, honey. Stay up on the branch, nice and high and dry. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Kind of like that. La 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 la. I'm not la 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 la. I'm not seeing anything. Yeah. Woo. This is going in the fuck around over here. What is going on with my phone? The reason I keep looking over, I have my other phone right here. And thank you, Storm. I don't know what's going on, but it's just doing random shit by itself. Like, it just opened it. I had it on the home screen and it just opened a text message. There's no cord sitting by it. There's no nothing. But I keep looking over because it was doing weird shit. So, like I said, sometimes y'all's people don't fucking leave. I'm just saying. Definitely stay away from that. Stay up here on this little branch. Okay? So, yeah. It's going in the fuck around and find out, pal. Yeah, it's really, really weird. It's really weird. All right, Rebel. You ready? All right. Let that dry a minute so I can turn it on. I don't know why I said so I can turn it on. So I can turn it over. My brain is tired. I'm glad I get sleep in a little bit in the morning. Rebel, I'm curious. Are you studying to be like a nurse? Are you studying to be a healer? Like, what's up? Because there's a lot of symbolism here with holding on to somebody else, with it almost, I'll show you in just a second, but you know how when you see the little spike balls that look like a disease, etc. Like, I don't feel like you are disease, let me say that. But there's a lot of symbolism here with healing. So that's why I ask. Okay, first of all, see if I can get it to zoom in a little more. You've got older person, arm, younger person. But this thing right here, like, I can't quit looking at it. Like this. Come on, man. This looks like a virus. This looks like a virus. Do you see what I'm saying? There's also, come on, focus on the thing. There's a lot of symbolatry here of different healing aspects. I will say the thing I do love is that absolutely looks like a parent and a child. If I can get it to focus on it. Absolutely looks like a parent and a child right there. The other reason I ask if you were studying to become a healer is because they're actually in a room. They're in a building. I'll show you again here in just a second. And I don't see, like, there's actually a clean break between this weird little junk down here that I said kind of looks like a virus or whatever and the people. So I don't feel like it's like you fixing to get sick or whatever. But let's see if I can show you. Let's see if I can get it to focus on it. Like, there's actually a clean break. Like, you can't, like, I can almost put my fingernail in between there. But I mean, they're in a room, they're in a building. Safe, basically. So, if you are not studying to be a healer, maybe look into it. But the other thing is this. Right now, you're absolutely in a safe spot. Okay? The people that you're nurturing, the people that you're taking care of, you guys are all in a safe spot, a perfectly safe spot. Like, I love that. The other thing is this. These also down here, instead of being viruses, they do look a lot like viruses, but they also look like mushrooms. And the reason that mushrooms are important here with being safe in a spot, is that mushrooms grow and regenerate so fucking fast, it's not even funny. So if you have all of these mushrooms down here, you see what I mean? Like, in a way they look like viruses, in a way they look like mushrooms. So if you have all these mushrooms down here and they're literally holding up you being safe, thank you for that. They're holding up you being safe. They're holding up, you know, the people you're nurturing, and they're continuing to grow and rebirth and revamp and just, you see what I'm saying? I would say that you're in a wonderful, wonderful place right now. You're in a place that's safe, that it keeps regenerating all of the things that you guys need. And I wouldn't look to move too quickly. Okay? I wouldn't look to get out of what you're in currently. I would just coast along for a little bit. But sometimes it's nice just to be in a safe spot and breathe for a bit. There we go. Oh, now you can see it really good. There's the big person, little person. There's the roof. But yeah, there's all kinds of weird looking little viruses or mushrooms down here. So yeah, I would just kind of stay where you are. I would be happy where you are in the moment, because you're in a very, very good spot. Does that make sense? And is that just confirmation that you needed to know? Oh, I got water on my screen. That's why it's doing weird shit. Good. Good. Good, good, good. Yeah, I would just take a deep breath and enjoy everything. Yeah, just take a deep breath and enjoy everything. Hey, Lando, how are you, sweetheart? Did you have a good birthday? I'm so glad being a first reading that I wasn't having to be like, there's somebody that's talking shit about you. Good. I'm so glad you had a good birthday. I'm so glad you had a good birthday. Oh, I'm so glad, Kane. Thank you. I know, no pressure at all on your part or my part, right? Where it's like, oh shit, the first reading, like, ah. Thank you, Claire. I actually carry these in my shop. If you guys, well, right now I only have, I want to say 1.5 and maybe 2, like, strength. All right, Angie, you ready? Well, this one ought to be interesting. Hey, love. Yes, wax readings are a form of divination in using... I actually have been using... I'd like to use a black candle just because it makes the wax darker against the white. But for those of you guys that are very talented with finding shapes in clouds, for those of you guys that are talented with fire scrying, with pyromancy, with seeing shapes in fire and smoke and things like that, then wax reading is going to come pretty easy to you. It's just a matter of using a larger candle, letting it light, letting it sit there for a little bit. Yeah. Channeling the person's energy, focusing on them, and bam. It does take just a little bit to be confident enough in what you're seeing, though, because there's sometimes that it's like, yeah. I mean, there's sometimes I'll look at some wax and be like, what in the hell is that? Wow. All right, Miss Angie, you ready? So, when I first saw this looks like a big leaf and a rose. That's a little rose down there. So in a way, this looks like a bouquet. But this is kind of interesting. It's like there's something hidden underneath the bouquet. See it? There's like this beautiful leaf, these beautiful roses, but there's literally something hidden under here. So what I'm going to say is be really, really careful of people that come in smelling like roses. Not so much too good to be true, but the ones that just come in smelling fantastic and like everything that they are doing is just awesome. They have ulterior motives. They have ulterior motives. They might seem like they're just bringing you this beautiful little bouquet of flowers and this gorgeous little vase, but they have ulterior motives. They're not just coming on like a rose and being super sweet and peachy keen for no reason. They're not doing it just to be nice. They're not doing it just out of the kindness of their hearts. Whatever that is down there, I mean, you can literally see how it's completely wrapped up. It's completely wrapped up. Be very, very careful with this person. I mean, accept their gifts if you'd like to, but know that they come with a price. I have a weird question for you, but do you work in a place where it's okay? Let me just say this because it's not really a question. To me, this feels like someone coming in work-wise, someone coming in and trying to butter you up because they need your permission or your backing to do something. That's what they're hiding. They need you to be on their side. And I know you said it sounds like every person you meet. I mean, not everybody is this. They're not really blatant about it, but they are. Does that make sense? Like, they're pretty slick, but you know exactly what they're fucking doing. Does that make sense? We all know people like that. And those of you guys that are really empathic, you can read somebody like a fucking book too. So you have somebody come in with all of this stuff and then bam, you just know there's something wrong. No, everybody else is like, well, that doesn't make sense or whatever. No, you just know. So I have a feeling that this has to do with a work situation or some situation. No, it just feels like work where someone comes in and they're trying to butter you up because they lead you behind them. They need to be able to say, well, you know, Angie and I are friends. They need to be able to not quite have you in their pocket, but they need you happy and on their side. So, yeah. Be really, really leery of this person when they come in. Be really, really leery of this person. I was looking to see if I could see anything underneath it at all. It just kind of comes to a point right there, and that's about it. I swear, my dogs have like man flu except for attention. Like, I've been at the shop all day. They have been so loud in here with like itching and chewing and scratching. And I'm just like, they're like toddlers. They see you're doing something. But yeah. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. Be very careful of this person. I mean, the only thing I can really see, it almost looks like, in a way, it looks like a sheep. But when you look at it that way, it looks like an elephant. When you look at it that way, it actually looks like a chimpanzee or a person, actually, a dude. So, I don't know that I would really take presents from them. But yeah, they're fixing to come in and smother you completely. So yeah. Somebody asked what I do with the wax afterwards. Depending on the read, like I have them sorted with really good stuff. I have Gail's ornery one right here. And then I have 4 so far that are just not super good ones. You are welcome. Words are not my friend. You are welcome, Miss Angie. Depending on what it's for, I have a fire pit outside, and I always keep these. So the next time I light a fire, I will put some stuff in there for the good ones. I will put some stuff in there for the ornery one. And then I will also put some stuff in for these not so nice ones, and I will burn them in different areas of my fire pit. So yeah. That's what I do. Release that back out. All right, Denise, are you ready, honey? All right. Denise, don't shoot the messenger here. But you are fixing to go through a huge shakeup, a huge shift, where you're kind of left. All you can say is why. Okay. I know this is mirrored to you guys, but that is a massive question mark in the middle of this peak. That's a massive question mark. So just know, it's almost like your guides have been trying to warn you, tell you, etc. And either maybe they haven't been getting through to you, or you haven't been listening very well. But like, yeah, that is a humongous question mark right there. That's so crazy. I mean, it's even being held up by this cloth. It's being displayed. Ooh, that would have been bad. You're fixing to go through just a complete and utter good time in the void. Let me say it that way. Just a good time in the void. No. The good thing about this is, A, you have warning, and B, the void is not always a bad place to be. They're not always a bad place to be. I know that people freak out and they're like, oh my God, oh my God. No. The void is the place where you learn. The void is the place where you make the memories. The void is, I always tell people, the void is like the hallway. Without the hallway, you can't get from your bedroom to the kitchen, from your bedroom to the bathroom. You can't get to the front door. You can't stop and look at all the photos, because most people, all of their photos are in their hallway. So that's the best place to be, to actually find where your path needs to be. So even though you're about to spend a pretty interesting time in the void, even if it's all cushioned and beautiful, it's still going to be in the void. It's still hard. It's not fun. It's not fun. But you have to have the hallway. You have to have the void. You have to have the void. Don't stress about this, because this is kind of like giving you a little wonderful cheat sheet. Not only is it about giving you a little wonderful cheat sheet, but most people don't get warnings before they go into the void. I'm just saying. Most people don't get warnings. You're getting one. In fact, what's really interesting is you can almost see through right there. So deep diving into the void, into the questions, is what's going to get you through it even quicker. See? So embrace it. Embrace it. Be friends with the monsters in the hallway. I'm actually going to put this, I'm going to put that one in the middle too. That one's just really cool. Like, I can't quit holding it up. It's really, really cool. Some of these I'll probably take pictures of and post on my Instagram, because they're just that cool. Like, that's going to be one of them. Looks like a big Riddler question mark from the old school Batman. So, yeah. So I have Rebecca, Anne, and Jessica left. And then that is it for this evening. I'll make sure I don't have anybody else, but that is it for this evening. I would like for you to work, please. All right, Rebecca. Ready? So I saw somebody ask about controlling a panic attack. Honey, I'm so sorry that you're having one right now. the best thing that I can say is just to get your mind off of it. So scrolling through TikTok is actually a good thing, because you're going to come across something stupid that you can watch that just takes your mind off of it. Just breathe. You're welcome to hang out here with us as well. Yeah. You are more than welcome to hang out here with us. So, Rebecca, the first thing I noticed is there's like almost a woman's head kissing something right there, like kissing a baby or something. But the back of this kind of looks like some weird ass alien thing going on. So that, and it is like attached to the woman's head there. That leads me to ask this. Are you having some, well, I'm not going to say are. I would bet that you're having some really intense, crazy dreams. And I would bet that when you wake up, you kind of go, what the fuck was that? What just happened? Let me say this. And this is kind of for all of you. This is a little bit of a confirmation, Rebecca, for you. But this is kind of for all of you, okay? Rebecca, this is confirmation that, yes, you're traveling in your sleep. Yes, you're going a little further than you meant to go, or you need to go, or you've ever been before, and that's why you're coming back with all the weird, crazy shit. Excuse me. But paying attention to the people that you care about, the ones that you spend a lot of time with, is going to help to kind of combat this a little bit. But the other thing is this. I mean, do you see what I'm seeing? Like, it just looks like some crazy alien-esque, like hellscape looking arms and legs, but at the same time, see that it's nurturing down there in the middle. Even the things in the astral plane have feelers, have feelings. Even if they don't show it, and even if they're kind of dicks, I'm just saying. There's a reason, for some reason, that you've been going out as far as you've been going. There's a reason that you're seeing what you're seeing. Keep in mind that everything does have things that it loves, that it nurtures. But the astral has been weird as fuck lately, y'all. It has been weird as fuck lately. You're not the only one that's been waking up with these kind of weird, intense things. You're not the only one that's been seeing stuff that is completely out of the norm. There's 777 people in here. Of course there is. You are not the only one that's been sitting there going, I don't know what the hell that was. I'm actually going to put this one over here on the kind of bad pile. It's kind of good. It's kind of bad. I mean, it's reminding you that even the things in the astral, have feelings and stuff. But the thing is, some of the things in the astral that y'all have been seeing, that I've been seeing, that everybody's been seeing, it's way, way more fucked up than it has been in a very long time. Like, I don't ever remember it being what it is right now. And to be honest, like, I did a few videos about it last week and so on, with them coming out and saying that, first of all, here we go down the rabbit hole, okay? First of all, CERN, they've been saying that they think it's sabotaging itself from the future. Then you have AI that can read minds and can reconstruct what we're thinking, that really could be a lot of a mix of things. If you have stuff being screwed up, if you have the astral being screwed up, if you have AI screwing with the astral or whatever. Because some of the things that I've been seeing some of the places I've been going. Like, I've been going way further than I ever went before. Like, further than I would have ever tried to. And I don't know what the hell is going on out there. Like, I just don't. So, honey, you're not the only one. You are in no way the only one. That was completely confirmation that, yeah, you've been seeing what you were seeing. Like, it just is. It just is. Yeah, it's way wacky. It's way wacky. So, don't stress about it. But I will say this, and this is for you, Rebecca, but this is for everybody else. Be recording your dreams. Be recording your dreams. Okay? Your voice recorder is going to be your best friend, because there's been a few times here recently that I woke up in the middle of the night and turned that on and was like, I know I'm going to forget this, so let me just say it really quick, like blah, blah, blah. I listened to a few of them this morning because I was looking for a different recording, and I forgot about a couple things, and I was kind of blown away. So, yeah, honey, I don't know what's going on. And to be honest, I think that if anybody said they did know exactly what was going on, why the astral has been how it's been lately, I don't think they really know either. I think that we're all just guessing at this point of what's going on there, because it's never been like this. It's never been like this. So, it's just confirmation, Rebecca. Pay attention to your dreams, though, all of you guys, because especially those of you guys that travel. But, yep, you are absolutely traveling in your sleep, Rebecca, honey. So, yeah. All right, Anne, are you ready? Now that we've gone completely down the rabbit hole there. You okay, Zeus? That was really gross, sir. No. Now he's wanting to come in here and sit on my lap, and I have on jeans that have holes in them, and he needs his nails cut. Yeah. I've upped mine. I've done some things I've never done before. Like, it's just, it's insane right now. It's insane right now. So, yeah. All right, Anne. So I had to turn it what I thought was upside down before I started seeing this, but that is very loud airplane. This looks like something melting and turning into something else. I'll show you what I mean. See how it almost looks like a face being pulled down and melted into something else completely, like two something else's right there. What I'm going to say is this, Anne. There we go. It almost looks like a snake in a way. So, aside from me yawning, let it melt, Anne. Okay? Let it melt. Because it's going to turn into something that is stronger. It's going to turn into something that is sharper. It's going to turn into something that is better. Let whatever this old thing is up here melt. Just let it melt. It's no longer your path. It's no longer for you. So with the easier, the sooner, the quicker, the calmer that you let it go, that you let it melt, the better and the stronger this new beginning is going to be. Like, it legit looks like two snakes right there. I know sometimes it's hard to let a situation go, melt, be done, especially if it's something that we really care about or we put a lot of time and effort into. It can be really, really hard. But the quicker you make the decision that you're going to allow it to just melt, just be what it is, the happier you'll be, the quicker the situation will be over with, and the quicker you'll be moved on to something else. Okay? Yeah, that's just weird. I mean, it legit looks like a melting koala bear. Do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm seeing? Damn it. I don't want to drop you, sir. There we go. It looks like a melting koala bear with snakes coming out of its eyeball. So, just let it melt, and just let it melt. Let it be what it is and come out stronger on the other end. Okay? All right. Jessica Arnold, are you ready? Hey, Allie. I'll tell you what, I will schedule some more for next week. If you guys are not members of my website, please make sure that you do so, because they get first dibs on all of these things. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I also have witches roundtables coming up every single Wednesday. I have them planned out until January. You can totally be a part of those if you don't mind being on camera. But yeah, I will schedule some more of these. I'm working on my schedule tomorrow. So yeah. This one is really interesting. The first thing I saw down here looks like a mountain with a river coming down it. But up here on the top, it almost looks like a piece of chamomile. I'll show you in just a second. Well, I just worked myself through it. Okay. So, see the mountain and the river. And then see the piece of chamomile upside down. I know it looks like a mushroom at first, but when you look at it down here, it looks more like the way the shape is. It looks more like a piece of chamomile, like a dried piece of chamomile. Then you've even got another little bud right here. So chamomile is actually one of the herbs that's considered to be in the fields and in the yards of Asgard. So this, I would say, is absolutely the mountaintop. Being on top of the mountain and basically enjoying the nectar of the gods, enjoying the fruit of the gods. So here's what I'm going to say, Jessica. If you are newer to your practice, I would say to be looking into your heritage and looking into where your family comes from. I would also say it would be a good time to study up on some Norse mythology. It would be a good time to study up on Norse history, etc. I'm just saying. Okay. I'll message you right now. I'm not sure what the hell is up with that, but that might be one of the rudest things. That actually kind of gets me about every time. That is one of the rudest fucking things that I can think of. It is. I know that those are troll accounts. I know that they're fake accounts. And I know that they get taken down sooner than I have time to actually fuck with them. But that is so damn rude. It's so damn rude. I hope they all have exactly the day that they deserve. That is a complete, oh, bless your little heart moment. Anyway, Miss Jessica, I'm sorry about that. I would say start looking into a lot of those different things. Seriously. Look into where you come from. Look into where your ancestors are from. And then, wow. Yep. And then all of these other ones that think that, you know, they're slick coming in and just putting a letter or whatever, trying to slide in under that so they don't get anybody's words. Man, it's bad. Anyway, look at your DNA, look at where you come from, honey, and then I would be looking into a lot of the Norse mythology and so on. Like I would love to know if you know already where you come from. So yeah, I'm just saying. Or if you know anything about your family. This is absolutely some interesting, intense ancestor work right there. In a good way, not in a bad way, in a good way. So yeah. You're Scottish and Irish. Perfect. Yeah, I would look into those deities, especially ones associated with chamomile. I would not be surprised if you have one that's poking at you, or you have one that's been poking at you, and maybe you're just kind of oblivious to the signs. A lot of people, if a deity isn't just outright like, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm poking at you, pay attention. We don't pay attention. They're like sending all these foxes or herbs or pictures or whatever, and we're just like, la, 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 la. So, yeah, I would definitely look into which deities are associated with chamomile. So, yeah. So, yeah. But with that, Jessica was my last but not least. So, yeah, I'm going to get off of here. And I'm going to take my happy butt to bed with my two little snorty, snuggly doggies. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I have EC3, the professional wrestler, going to be on with me tomorrow evening. And I can't wait. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Or later today, because it's after midnight where I'm at now. So later today. We'll see you later today. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for so long. I will see you guys. I'll see you later. Go get some sleep.